Moments ago, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem updating us on where the administration stands as tensions mount over the department's response in Minnesota. We pressed her on the criticism she's receiving, including her characterization of Alex Pretty as a domestic terrorist. Here's what she said.
In those situations, there was chaos on the ground. You're relying on information and facts that you're getting from the ground. And the president and this administration has been incredibly transparent with the American people. And so when those reports are given, you give as much information as you possibly can. And we continue to go through with the FBI leading on these investigations to get to the bottom of this situation. We stopped so many dangerous people from perpetuating violence and have gotten those terrorist threats and criminals out of our country before they had the chance to do something that would have devastated families.
That's certainly true. But do you still believe that Alex Pretty is a domestic terrorist?
You know, we're going to continue to go through with this investigation and deliver information as we go forward.
So this comes as the government is in day 2 of a partial government shutdown with DHS funding in the spotlight, as Democrats refuse to pass a bill to get it up and running. GOP Senator Markwayne Mullin sits on the Senate Appropriations Committee, and he joins us now. So great to see you this morning. Thank you for joining us. Senator, what is your take on this strategic reset by the Trump administration in dealing with enforcing border patrol, border laws in states that are and cities run by sanctuary city Democrats?
You know, I think it's a brilliant move from the president. It shows his ability to adjust. That's a real leader. You know, from the Biden administration, they just dug in and they would never make changes. President Trump's a business guy. He understands leadership. He understands the ability to have to pivot, take a different approach. And I think he's doing the right move here. Listen, our DHS and our ICE agents out on the street are simply enforcing federal laws. That's simple. And we're not having these type of issues in cities that are cooperating with the federal government and trying to get these illegals out and off the streets. What you have is when you walk into cities like Minneapolis, that's underneath the direction of Mayor Fry and in the direction of the governor, Tim Walz, who they do nothing but agitate their constituents. They do nothing but give a green light to these agitators and protesters and obstructionists to be able to get in the way from federal law enforcement from doing their job. And so the president's taking a different approach, and I commend him for doing that.
When you talk to your colleagues in the Senate who are obviously trying to do kind of play this game of playing to the hard left of that wants to abolish ICE inside their party, and then they're I would argue actually carrying out that agenda by holding up the DHS funding. Do you think that that's an unwise strategy for Democrats going into the midterms?
Charlie, you can't even make sense out of this extreme Democrat Party at this point. This is why their ratings are actually in the tank. It's because they have no ground. You can't make a true argument when you're trying to defund the Department of Homeland Security, which is more than just ICE. You know, this is Secret Service, this is our Coast Guard, this is FEMA, this is our TSA agents. They take care of our true homeland. And for the Democrats to go out there and try to make this a political stunt and pull off nothing but political theater, you can't reason with that. You know, if we're talking about true American policies, about what's great and wonderful about this country and how do we continue to move forward for the next generation, you can discuss that. You can have conversations with people. When you're dealing with extreme views like Omar and like Chuck Schumer and Chris Murphy, you can't negotiate with that. And so you sometimes just have to pivot and go around them or go through them. In this case, we're going to go through them because we're going to fund DHS with or without the Democrat support.
So President Trump has dispatched an armada to the Iranian region. What do you expect to see out of Iran over the next couple of weeks?
Well, Charlie, we're going to continue to hear the rhetoric that we hear from them that we've, since Ayatollah's been there since 1979. Death to America. They came out and they said that it's going to start a regional war. Iran doesn't have that power anymore. They are very weak after the 7-day war, or the 12-day war, I'm sorry. When we took out their defense system, we took out their nuclear power, we proved that they are very weak. They don't have they can't even control their own streets right now without murdering innocent people. So if they did decide decide to try to bow up and try to be strong, they're going to find out they have no support from their neighbors. China's not going to come to the rescue. Russia's not going to come to the rescue, and definitely none of their neighbors, because they don't like them. And so I think what the president's doing is, by posturing, he's showing peace through strength, but yet he's given himself the ability to use strength if he has to. Obviously, he wants peace. Charlie, he's come out very clear, and he's made it very clear to even the Iranian people. This isn't about you. We want you to have freedom. This is about getting out of a murderous regime, and we're going to give them the option to work with us. And if they choose not to, then we may have to take another step, but we don't want to do that, but we're prepared to if we have to.
Right. Senator Mullen, thank you so much.
Charlie, thanks for having me on.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.